The first game of the season's almost in the books as we got the Monday night game left to play. But after yesterday's games, we got a lot of players trending up, a lot of changes in fantasy football, a lot of young players taking a step forward, and a lot of players who are seeing some opportunity. Today we're going over 10 players who are trending up from yesterday's performance, plus one guy from Thursday that we need to talk about. And there's plenty of other players, so we're going to have more videos coming out today, tomorrow, ongoing to help you get the information, to help you build your fantasy teams and win those championships. But you need to hit that subscribe button because we're going to help you win the waiver wire. We're going to help you set those lineups, and we're going to help you win your league. And you need to hit that button right now and stop missing out because this information is going to help you moving forward. But let's dig into this. We're going to look at these 10 players who are trending up, and I'm probably going to have to do another video because there's a lot going on right now. But Puka Nacua, we talked about him a bit ago, but he blew up. He blew up big time. He is the talk of the town, the rookie breakout. 15 targets. Rookies typically don't get 15 targets in their first game. Cooper Kupp out. The game script broke as Seattle was favored to win this game by a little bit per Vegas, and LA Rams say, nah, wait a minute. We're going to air it out. We're going to give it to Nakua. Tutu Atwell got some volume too, so you need to be looking at him as well because he's got some speed. He's kind of new. It's very productive at Louisville back in the day. A player that you need to not sleep on as well. Puka Nacua, though, he's one of the top waiver wire picks right now. Everyone's looking at him. We talked about him on a video not too long ago, looking at this opportunity, and if he could seize the moment here, he sure as hell did. He sure as hell did. Look at the routes ran. He's all over the place, going deep, going short, going over the middle to the outside. That's good to see. A lot of good opportunity here. And the thing about this is I think this team's going to be in some game scripts like this because how they use the running backs. They were not really cashing in at the running back position, and they might just lean in on the passing game. Stafford slinging the rock, pushing it downfield, as you're seeing him with 119 balls off 10 catches. Looking good. Talk of the town right now. Puka Nacua, one of the top waiver wire options. Next, Zay Flowers went off. Looking good. He had 10 targets. The rest of the team altogether had 11. So he was a main focal point in this offense. We've been talking about him all offseason long. We've been talking about him during draft season, even prior to that if you've been following me for Devy. But Zay Flowers here, nuanced route runner, has speed to burn, get you yards after the catch here. 9 catches, 78 yards, trending up. Trending up. Not just trending up, but could be trending up to being one of the best wide receivers in the league. Could be a huge focal point of this offense. Probably going to hurt a lot of the other pass catchers in this team. Mark Andrews was out, so I'd like to see the volumes when he comes back because they do love to target the tight end. Lamar Jackson loves to target Mark Andrews. I wonder if this slows things down for Flowers or just everybody else. But we got a tip for a hat here. Zay Flowers looked good in his first performance here with the Ravens, as the Ravens was up most of the game here. 25-9 as they beat the Texans. But Flowers, first round pick, has speed to burn, nuanced route runner, can get the job done. Look at him going forward. Next, Josh Downs, another rookie wide receiver you need to pay attention to. Caught 3 balls for 30 yards. However, the volume is what we're looking at. 7 targets, 17.9% target share, only just 20 air yards. He is getting targeted on short passes there. And the thing is, he's getting volume. This is his first game of his career. Got 7 targets, 17.9% share of the targets. And coming out of college, he was dubbed as one of the best wide receivers in this class, kind of like in that top of the second tier there because of his route running, because of his usage in the slot, because he can play bigger than his size. And now we're seeing him get some opportunity. And the Colts are going to be in these weird game scripts. They got a rookie quarterback. They got a lot of young players here. They're going to be pushing the ball downfield in some games. They're going to be running a lot with Richardson in some games. But Josh Downs looks like he's going to be on the field. Looks like he's going to be getting targets. He's probably best left on your waiver wire right now. But you need to be watching this workload. I'm going to share this with you probably every week as he's getting workload. And you're probably going to be thinking about him sometime down the line. Already getting 7 targets in a game. That is a big thing to look at here. Next here, we got Hayden Hurst. And this is something we probably should have talked about more, as it was apparent during training camp from the news that was coming out that Bryce Young likes to target Hayden Hurst over the middle and often, because that's his safety valve. That is his outlet for him. He targeted him 7 times, 5 balls caught, 41 yards, getting volume. Look for him to continue to get volume this year. Again, tight end positions up and down. I look for Hayden Hurst to be up and down, as Bryce Young is going to be up and down. His offense is going to be up and down. The volume is going to be up. The volume is going to be down with this whole team. That's just the nature of the beast here, and that's what I'm predicting here. And I think Hayden Hurst is going to give you some good weeks. Probably going to be on your waiver wire. It's the tight end position, so you're just going to have to play the matchups here. This matchup was a little bit wonky, but I also expect the Panthers to have game scripts like this, playing from behind, as they got a rookie quarterback who is learning right now, and there are going to be times where they're going to have to spread out the targets in the back half of the game. But he looked good. He got opportunity in his first game this season. Next, Allen Robinson led the team in targets. He was targeted 8 times, caught 5 balls, 64 yards. You're looking at the routes ran there. He's in the slot a lot. He's all over the place too, getting deep and also getting those short targets. Good to see. Deontay Johnson is the story here. Right hamstring strain here. His timetable was set coming back anywhere between week 3 and 5. So he's going to miss a couple games due to this, and he might even have a relapse when he comes back. Who knows? But Allen Robinson getting some targets when the targets are available, running some routes on the field. I watched this game. I saw it. But I was also watching other games as well, because that's how Sunday works. If you're a Steelers fan, 49ers fan, you got anything on this game you want to mention, drop it in the comments below, because I'm intrigued about Allen Robinson here. But the volume here, 8 targets, longest one 31 here, getting some opportunity. Of course, he's not his old self like we saw with the Jaguars. That's never coming back, but we're chasing volume, we're chasing workload, and we're seeing that it could be trending up here for Allen Robinson, a player that nobody was really talking about because he's been left for dead for quite a long time. Next, Tyler Allgeier. We talked about him off and on this offseason as a guy that could be a player that you want on the back end of your roster, because Bijan Robinson's a rookie. Allgeier rushed for 1,000 yards last year. Allgeier could be seeing some goal line work. And you know what? He saw some goal line work, scored some touchdowns, got some opportunity there. And I saw some people online saying, why is Bijan not getting these touches? The first thing is Allgeier's an insurance policy. He's also a hammer. He really will help the longevity of Robinson. You don't want to keep pounding Robinson multiple times a game, because you're also using him in the passing game as well. He's a diverse weapon. So having a running back like Allgeier in your arsenal is huge at this point, especially in those tough goal line situations. I get it. It's not optimal for fantasy. You want to have those players out all the time. You want to be selfish with your players. But this is how the game is played. You want to diversify this portfolio a little bit. Allgeier's going to have some run here. He's going to get goal line looks throughout the season. That's a testament here. It's going to be off and on. It's not going to look like this every game. It's not. If you're picking him up because you think he's going to look like this every game, you're in the wrong there. There's a chance that he's going to have some boom weeks. There's going to be a good chance that he's going to have some bust weeks, but he's going to get some opportunity in this offense from a week-to-week basis. If something happens to Robinson, the opportunities are going to increase immensely. But Allgeier needs to be on the radar nonetheless. Next, Jacoby Myers. Had a concussion here. He's getting screened for that. Might be out a couple weeks. But the volume here speaks loudly. He had 10 targets, getting moved out all over the field. And we know he's a good wide receiver. He looked good with the Patriots. He's a guy everyone was chasing in the later rounds in last year's fantasy drafts and the year prior. And now he comes to the Raiders and gets targets right out of the gates. Now he's injured, but should be coming back sooner than later. It's non-structural. So this is a player that could come back and see targets that you can get on the cheap. But the volume speaks loudly here. That opportunity could be there. And I expect this team to be in fire game scripts off and on, as I don't see Garoppolo really pushing the ball, chucking it downfield, getting ahead a lot. So they're really going to have to be in these game scripts where they have to fight claw and nail for victories like they did in yesterday's game. These tight game scripts like we saw with the Broncos, we're going to see that. They're going to have to be throwing the rock around. And Devontae Adams is going to take some heat off Myers. So Myers comes back, look for him to get targeted because he's already getting targets. Next, we are looking at Joshua Kelly, and he is a premium handcuff. He's already getting touches, he's already getting volume, and he was declared a premium handcuff last year in the middle of the season as well, and people are trying to scoop him off waivers in the middle of last year, and now we're just rebuilding to that. He's getting opportunity. If something happens to Eckler, people are running for Kelly. If you have Eckler, you may already want to have Kelly. If you're looking for something off the waiver wire, maybe you're in a deeper league, maybe you're not great on the back end of your bench, Kelly's there. You know what? You can hold him, see what happens. Maybe that's it. I'm not expecting this production or this workload every single week because this is a game script that went off. It was predicted to go off. It did go off, giving a lot of players opportunity. And we said prior, last week in the must-start video, that you're going to want to start everybody in this game. And that's what it looked like here, that you want to start a lot of players in this game because it's a firecracker game where players would be going off and on like fireworks here. Joshua Kelly was one of them, had some opportunity. You need to look at him on waivers as a premium handcuff back if you need one. Next here is Tajae Spears. I pulled this straight from the game book here, from this game, and the snap share is amazing. He saw 34 snaps. Derrick Henry saw 30. He had a 54% snap share, getting opportunities. Just 3 carries for 27 yards. But that means something going forward. That means a lot going forward because there are going to be opportunities where the Titans are going to be ahead. They're going to have the optimal game script. He's going to be on the field. He's going to get touches. There could be some pop-off weeks. If something happens to Henry, they're good to go with Spears. He is a premium handcuff because he's already getting snaps right now, and he looked good coming out of college. He has draft capital. He has some pop in his step. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He could be a guy you may want here down the road, and this is why we're talking about trends right now. Not like they're going to give you instant gratification, but you need to know the trends because this could happen down the road. It may not, but that's what the trends are saying. Hey, if this guy keeps getting this workload, something's going to happen down the line when the game script becomes optimal. So that's something you want to look at. Next here, our last player, Kadarius Tony. I made that video over him and Sky Moore. However, I need to point out here that he also saw 5 targets on just 16 snaps and coming back from an injury, which is very advantageous as well. He didn't look good on Thursday, but the workload was there and had a 13.5% target share while playing just 16 snaps. That means when he is feeling good, when he is on the field, he's getting opportunity. So if he's playing more than 16 snaps, imagine what the workload's going to look like. And my take is still the same with these Chiefs wide receivers. I feel like they're just going to pop off and on like fireworks throughout the year. I think you're going to have Kadarius Tony games. I think you're going to have Sky Moore games. I think you're going to have Justin Ross games. I think you're going to have Rice games. And it's going to be hard to pick which wide receiver you want. But I have a feeling you're going to want a little bit of all of them. So try to get the cheapest one or try to get some exposure to this offense because it is explosive, it is efficient, and the good is going to start running here soon. But those are 10 players who are trending up and who are looking good, who has some numbers that are firing their way that might make an impact if it continues down the road. You want to look at the trends. You want to look at the workload. You want to look at the carries. You want to look at the targets. You want to look at the snaps. You want to look at the target share. You want to look at the air yards. Air yards are huge too. And we're going to look at all that. And I'm going to have more videos like this coming out this week because a lot happened. And I'm still deep diving the spreadsheets here. And I guarantee you we're going to have more players to talk about along with more deep dives on the You Need series. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Stop missing out. Catch you on the next video.